What is up, guys? I'm doing another extreme meta build right now. Things are about to get pretty crazy, so I hope you're ready. Gonna go ahead and just throw some assets down, just, get a little prepared. Never anything wrong with being prepared. So, a sociopath is an individual who lacks remorse, feelings, if you will. A sociopath is someone who's probably, crazy is debatable. But essentially, it's a person with a personality disorder that manifests in extreme antisocial attitudes, behavior, and a general lack of a conscience. That is what this build is completely centered around. Is just being a jerk, I guess. And not caring about anything. Civs, don't care about them. Guards, don't care about them. Me, don't care about them. Everything dies. So, of course, I tried to think, what could be the cruelest thing I could possibly do to hit a civ with? Obviously, it's pack a chainsaw, right? It's an efficient killing tool, gets the job done.
Drop your gun.
On the technical side of things, does a decent bit of damage. AMR 16, it's fun because I haven't used it before. The Commando 101 rocket launcher, because it's friggin' rocket launcher, why not? I don't know, it blows things up. What do you want from me? I'm running the Sociopath Perk deck, running ICTV armor. Sociopath Perk deck on 1 down, as I mentioned in my Perk deck videos, is one of those things that I wish was just a hair better. However, in this particular run, I made it work. Although I am just kind of doing a bank, but whatever. Not doing this bank for the money, clearly. The civs are all dying. I'm doing it to send a message. What that message is, I'm not quite sure. I didn't really think about all this before I started rattling off nonsense. Reload my AMR 16 like a boss. Tried to pick up some extra reload skills while I was at it. I don't think I was able to pick up the one where I get a melee kill and I can reload faster. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. I don't have these skills memorized. I just know what they do. What do you want from me? However, I did get, I believe it was running from death is the name of the skill. I did get that basic where when you, when you are revived, you can reload 30 and swap weapons like 30% faster or whatever, which comes in handy with the Commando rocket launcher, as we'll see here in a little bit. I did have converts on this Sociopath build, because even though a Sociopath does have antisocial behavior, they are known to be somewhat manipulative. So, of course, having converts actually makes perfect sense if you're a Sociopath, right? Manipulating the cops to do the things that you want them to do. Chainsaw, rocket launcher, AMR 16, because you're just a cruel, mean person. Incendiary grenades to burn your foes alive. I originally was using a flamethrower with this build, however it wasn't quite working out the way I wanted to, and I decided to save the flamethrower for another build I'm going to do in the future. These videos are really just me goofing off and completely wasting your time with senseless videos. But I thought it was fun, so screw it. I also really like using Sociopath for its panic factor. Didn't get to use it nearly as much on 1 down because it's, you don't really have the DPS necessary to kill enemies at a close enough range that you're causing them to panic and whatnot. But that's okay. I was gonna try to, or I thought about running over there and meleeing the taser. Did get a bunch of melee damage going from the skills that I had. They stack really nicely, and you can do some pretty crazy damage. Of course, Swan Song and the Commando rocket launcher is, I wouldn't even dare say it's busted. It's just beautiful. As you can see, my reload's pretty insane. Don't get to see it with the Commando just yet. Would I say this build is 1 down viable? I mean, the weapon loadout's actually not that bad, so long as you were maybe using a different perk deck. Got a little bit of health back. So that is one easy way to kind of get your melee kills, is just cause enemies to put their hands up and then go in for the melee kill. I was going to do that here, and I got swamped and shot up, which wasn't all that fun. One of the downsides of this build. That's alright. Wasn't trying to play it super safe, of course. Was just trying to get stuff done. I don't know why I ran all the way in here to let the medic back down. I guess because it was next to the ammo. As you can see, my reload got significantly faster. And this is only with like one reloading skill applied. I mean, if I had had more, it could have gotten even crazier. But I actually really enjoyed using the commando rocket launcher, especially when I was in Swan Song. It was just so much fun. Super easy, you know, messiahs. Just kind of aim in a general direction and say, this thing will die. Clear out rooms in a matter of seconds. Has a pretty fast fire rate for something in, you know, since it's a rocket launcher. It has 4 shots. Can empty the mag relatively quickly, all things considered. Definitely not in any hurry whatsoever to repair this drill. Having way too much fun chopping things up. Blew myself up a little bit, but I didn't care. I'm a man of efficiency. I just want to get the job done. And I definitely got the job done. This was lame, but I got the dock bag still, so it was alright. I had to relocate and place my other doctor bag in here, which I should have done from the get-go, but again, this was not for seriousness. This was for, I don't know, fun. Have some other crazy build ideas that I definitely want to do in the near future. This one was honestly just as fun as doing the minigun build. I find this map simple enough, loud, that, you know, just waiting on the drill and killing things as they come around, lots of cover that you can hide behind, so you can pretty much use any build you want to on this run. So I'll probably use this as my playground. I might use like Ukrainian Job or something like that in the future as well, or maybe like 4 stores or whatever. But for the most part, these silly build runs are going to be on these heists, just because I don't want to put all the work that might be necessary into making a video of one of these builds on a harder map. So primarily just because of laziness, because I do this to have fun, not to show off. I use my try-hard build when I'm wanting to show off. Blow myself up, because it just seems like a good idea, I guess. I developed a love for this rocket launcher while I was doing this heist. Quickly became a favorite of mine. Tried to hit this guy with my melee to cause him to stumble. Didn't really work. I should have just shot him, but whatever. Dozer eviscerated me. It happens. Forgot I had to use my Messiah charge. But thankfully I feigned death, so it was alright. Made it back to the medivac just in the nick of time. So, a few more comments on Sociopath. I feel like if it gave more health regen on the kill, it would be a much better perk deck. Like, 10% in my opinion is really just insanely low. Considering like the amount of investment you kind of have to put into getting a melee kill, in comparison to something like Infiltrator, where Oh shoot, hold on. Let me look at the hard stats really quickly just so I'm making sure that I'm not telling you guys wrong. So yeah, you get 10% health regen on melee killing an enemy with a 2-second cooldown. And then Infiltrator has a 20% health regen on a successful melee hit with a 10-second cooldown. So theoretically, you could get more with Sociopath, you know, on a per second basis. Within 10 seconds, you'll get 20% health back with Infiltrator, whereas with, you know, being frame perfect and second perfect, whatever you want to call it, you could get back 50% with Sociopath. However, honestly, I would much rather get, like, it wouldn't even have to be 50%, like 30 to 45% health back. Maybe 30% is too high, I don't know. No, I think 30% would be pretty comfortable. Like, get a third of your health back for a melee kill. Especially since, you know, this perk deck centers around close quarters combat, you know, regenning armor and things like that. So your health is kind of like your backup for when your armor breaks. I mean, of course, that's a pretty common sense thing to say anyway. That's what your armor usually is, but I feel like Sociopath would really benefit from a buff to the amount of health you'd get back from a melee kill, and honestly, just having that alone would make this perk deck so much stronger. Because although you would have to play safer, you could get a lot of health back simply by, you know, just dominating an enemy, getting a melee kill, and then going about your day, and you can play a little bit risky again because you can take a few more shots. So, you know, the weakest moments of this build were when I was at low health. Still had a lot of fun doing this, though. I didn't care about having tons of money. I just needed my one bag. Again, this is about sending a message. This is not about the money to be made. I went down all the way because they're just freaking stupid. I think they shot my rocket in midair, which is stupid. I made it out with my one bag, though. That's all that matters. Wanted to get a revenge shot. Just get one more kill. And that's when I saw the dozer. And this is my last chance. I had to do it, and I had to do it fast. Totally worth it. It was worth potentially losing the heist just to get that kill. Of course, I had to do an escape. Forgot to check my stats, but at that moment I was too hyped about about the rocket launcher stuff to care about my kills. I was having so much fun with this. I love these little goofy things. First with the minigun and now this. And I really can't wait to do my next kooky build idea. I'm like legit super excited for it. I got this awesome escape again after I had just talked about it in my transport downtown run that I think I just uploaded yesterday, the day before, or whatever. Obviously the best escape in the whole game, with tons of cover and places to hold out, and, you know, lots of sarcasm obviously dripping from my mouth. But that's alright. Again, I just I tried 2 or 3 different places in the other time, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to try hunkering down in these areas to see how well I do. And even though I was using Sociopath, I forgot to kill civs as I was walking by. That kind of made me sad. Had to be in character with my Sociopath business. Anyway, even though I was running Sociopath, some of the other areas I held out in were kind of okay, but this area still served me the best. I want to manipulate this cop into doing my bidding. Didn't want to use too much rocket launcher ammo because I didn't have an ammo bag to kind of back me up this time around. Wasn't able to buy one as an asset and didn't have a jack of all trades on this build. But however, once I go into Swan Song, you know, it's just free game. I love that rocket launcher so much, oh my gosh. I love the way it looks, I love the way it shoots, I love the way it handles, I love the way it reloads, just everything about it. It's just so satisfying to use. Like, on top of the fact that it's actually pretty good, is just the fact that it's satisfying. And that's why I did the minigun build, because the minigun is just satisfying to shoot and it's satisfying to kill things with. It just puts a smile on your face and you're like, yeah, this is how, you know, this game should feel at all times. And it usually does for me. It's usually a great deal of fun. I just like mixing it up every now and again. So it's time for me to make my escape. Just kind of slowly started working my way over. I knew I was probably going to go down, but that didn't matter. Gigantic splash damage radius allowed me just to kind of, you know, just shoot it directly in front of me and hope it hit something, and it did. Incendiary grenades aren't necessarily concussion grenades, but they set things on fire, so that's cool. Definitely much less considerate than just temporarily blinding them. Set them on fire, burn them alive. That's pretty rude. Definitely dope, though. So I had to go ahead and hit the med bag just to be on the safe side of things. And with that, my Sociopath run was completed. This build was fun. I wish Sociopath was better. I want it to be better so bad. Thank you guys so much for watching.